Grab your gear, let's hit the water. Paddle and fin where the vibe gets hotter. Kayak fishing, straight talk, hear the stories unfold. Salt and freshwater adventures bold. With multiple hosts, yeah, the crew's all here. Casting lines in rivers, no need for fear. From the east to the west, we're making waves. Join the tournament hype, see how it raves. Paddle and fin, we're on the go. From the lakes to the oceans, let the good times flow. Fishing tales and triumphs will paint the scene. Jib reviews and profiles, you know what we mean. Bring special guests, every episode shines. This is kayak fishing, where the world aligns.
All right, guys, welcome to the Rusty Hook Kayak Fishing Podcast. John Rapp here. Got a great show with some old-time kayak anglers. These guys have been in the West Virginia kayak angling scene for over 12 years now. So we've got a great show. We're going to talk about our trips to Lake Erie. Greg, John, and myself went up a few days before Buddy, and then Buddy stayed behind a couple days after we left. We're going to talk about how epic it was. So let's get started.
Rolling out strong with the Rusty Hook crew. It's Big Daddy John Rapp bringing the truth to you. Kayak fishing warriors, we ride the waves. Tournament sails, repping the way that we play. Jackhammers pounding, testing our skill. Net rig slaying, getting our thrill. Tackle tips sharper than the blades in the game. We're all in this together, always chasing that bang. Rusty Hook podcast, let's break the mold. Fishing straight talk, let the stories unfold. From the riverbanks to the ocean wide. In the world of the kayak, we take pride.
All right, so let's bring these fellas on here. We'll start off with Buddy Vance. Welcome to the show, buddy. Can you hear me, buddy? And we've got Greg Kupfner. Greg, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, and John Gillespie. Big John, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hey, buddy, check your audio, or your see if you can hear us. But anyway, hey, let's talk about Lake Erie. We had an epic trip. I went up a day early before you guys came up, stayed, went out and fished, and at that point, I knew it was going to be a great week. The weather seemed to just be accommodating for us for a change. The Kupfner curse was lifted for just one time.
Finally.
Yeah, man.
Obviously got better the day I left. I had to come home a day early, so you're welcome.
Yeah. Well, John and I got out back to that. I took him back over to where we found those that corner where all those beds were, and I don't think he left that area for 4 hours. He probably caught 30 fish on 35 beds. So try that again, John.
I caught a fish on every day over there.
Are you hearing him okay, Greg?
He's kind of garbled to me.
You got a lot of static in behind.
Yeah, there's static on you, brother. And I don't even. Let's just try removing you and bring you back on here. All right, John, try it again.
You still got static on.
Huh. I don't know, man. This is crazy. Buddy's not hearing us at all, or he's not responding.
Buddy's just sitting there on camera.
Well, Greg, talk to us a little bit here.
Yeah, man, it's a great
And,
trip. We caught a pile of fish. My thumb hurt, so that's usually a good sign that you caught some fish. Every day, we had one day was kind of windy, but we were able to fight it. Little pink Ned rig for me. Just get it that way I could see it fall into a bed. Just keep doing it until you made one mad and it bit. So it was great. I had a great trip. I was all over the place.
I'm not getting anything now.
I can hear you now.
Yeah.
No, he can't hear us.
That's weird, man. I don't know what the hell it is. Got to be a software glitch. Hey, buddy, can you hear me?
As soon as my picture comes up, I'll sound.
I can hear him.
I can hear you.
Hey, buddy. Buddy, can you hear us now?
No.
Wow. This is crazy. This is what happens when you don't use StreamYard for about a month or so.
It's the joys of technology.
Yeah.
You're the only one I can hear.
Well.
You're
Huh. So, are you not hearing me clear, or is it just Greg, or both?
I'm just hearing you.
You're not hearing Greg at all?
No,
That's weird. I can hear you.
and I couldn't hear Buddy either.
Well, now that Buddy's logged off, I can hear you fine with no static. It's weird.
Well, you still got static on your side.
Huh.
Yeah, I can hear him fine now.
Hey, buddy, can you hear us now?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes. Now we can. Could you hear us at all?
I couldn't walk over, but now I can.
Okay.
I can see you, but
Good
I can't.
deal. Well, hey, Greg was talking about his part of his journey up. So, Greg, introduce yourself again here. Tell us about what you fish out of and what techniques you were using up at Erie.
I'm fishing out of a Wilderness Systems 120. It's a good boat. It's a good solid boat that holds me. And I was able to swap out the pedal drive for a trolling motor that I can control with spot lock. Really helps and I thank Buddy Vance for turning me on to that. Actually, I got tired of watching Buddy use his spot lock to bounce around to each bed where I'm throwing an anchor over the side and hand dragging it. So I was able to drop that in there, and I can spot lock, go wherever I need to go, lock in. Although my spot lock didn't work this year, it was still a lot better than paddling and hand lining an anchor, as always. Yeah.
Hey, that's what I'm curious about when Buddy gets up is I want to know if this year was better than he had 3 years ago.
Absolutely.
Wow. That tells you a whole lot right there.
Yeah, I think we hit it perfect there. I mean, there were beds everywhere.
Yeah, it was a blast. They were pretty easy to see too. That really helps. And we got a couple of days after like 3 or 4 o'clock, all the boats cleared out, and you had that whole bay to yourself. So
Yeah, we did, and that was the day that it was actually windy, and we, as the day went along, it calmed down, and right when you guys were pulling out, because I know Greg wanted to go watch the WVU baseball game.
I did.
But they were pulling out, and so I had just hooked up with my 22.5, and or my 21.5. I can't remember. 25, yeah. And it was a beast of a fish. I was excited. Forgot to take pictures of it because I answered the phone call, but it was a heck of a day.
I called you and said, "Hey, where you at?"
Yeah. So, okay. So, yeah, Buddy. Greg was he was struggling though because he's not telling us about. And both John and Greg had equipment malfunction the whole week. They were up there, so they struggled. John couldn't get his torpedo work until the very last day, and then we finally got him out of that grassy cove, and he got out there and started smacking smallmouth. I think, John, correct me if I'm wrong, up to that point, you'd only caught 3 smallmouth the whole week.
Yeah, but I caught a bunch of large amount.
Yeah. That's what I mean. I'm not saying you weren't catching fish, because, yeah.
He never moved.
So-
He sat in the same corner for hours on hours on hours.
Yeah, I bet he covered a whole 50 yards.
What do you say, Vance?
I caught 20 large
Yep.
amounts.
Yeah, he stayed up in the edge of the grass, right there was by the bank.
Yeah, that's where all the largemouth are.
He was wearing them out.
Yeah, he was. I think when
2 over 20 at first day.
Nice.
Well, I mean, I only saw you a couple times. Where did you go move around to? Did you go out toward the deeper ledge, or did you over by the beach, or where were you at?
I went out towards the deeper water, about where I normally fish on that deeper edge.
Yeah.
I try to stay in that anywhere from 6 to 10 foot. Seems like the fish are all better quality. It's a little tougher fishing, if the wind kicks up, but more rewarding. You catch a lot of big smallmouth out there.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. We've watched you over the last several years pull a lot of big 20s out of there.
That second day I got on a boat, helped my little nephew. I'd caught around 80 that first day. I mean, I whacked him that first day, and he hadn't caught a fish, and my brother-in-law hadn't caught a fish, and little nephew's dead. He'd caught one, and I felt terrible for him. He was all down and out. So I got in the boat and spent my second day with him, and I think he caught around 25, 30 smallmouth. I mean, he had a phenomenal day. He was loving it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he was big stuff, and he caught several that was over 19 inches, and I mean, that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
But I missed that spot lock. They had that little bass boat, and it didn't have spot lock, and I was wore out from.
I bet.
I wouldn't have a boat without spot lock.
It changes the game for sure.
I tell you what changed the game for me was being in a boat that I could actually stand in.
Oh yeah, you've got to stay.
That really helped me a lot. Being in the Feel Free over those years, that little skinny, long, fast boat, it's not a lake boat, and having that big rig where my seat was already up high, but then standing up made it so much better. So actually,
got a little windy though on me though. I mean, more than what I thought.
Yeah, we had a little breeze every day, but it was just enough to make the water ripple. It made a little bit more difficult for the fish to really lock on you where they could see you.
It's definitely better as long as you can fish it. It got a little, the water got a little churned up and made it a little bit difficult seeing, but you definitely had
Yeah, the day we went back out after that windy day, a lot of the beds, it seemed like they got washed off or washed up. But as the day went along the next day, you could see the beds recovering, or the fish were back in there working and clearing the beds out. So, John, let's just see if we can get your mic to work here. Tell us a little bit about you, your kayak, and what your method of fishing was up there for your trip.
Well, I've been fishing all my life, and most of my kayaks, it's all over it. Back over me.
Huh.
But the wind was blowing like 20 plus miles an hour. It just pushed me all over that cove. But then Sunday, when I got my motor fixed, heck, I was out there. I caught fish all over bed I seen.
Yeah, that wind was something, was pushing you around. But when you got your motor running and you got out there, you were catching some smallmouth. I watched you catch 4 or 5.
Hey, I caught 22. I got pictures of 22 smallmouth, and I caught a couple largemouth out there.
Yeah. Yeah, along the grass line. Yep, I did too. Cool. Well,
I had a good trip last year, and I didn't do near as good last year as I did this year. I love going up there.
you thought you had a better year this year, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's better than because I know where I sat. I mean, if I'd have had my motor going, I would have really saved.
Yeah, no doubt. Buddy?
Glad we pushed it back a week because we almost went a week before.
Yeah, you're right. That would have been, well, I mean, it might not have been bad, but we caught the weather right. That's what was important.
Yeah.
I mean,
Other than the wind, everything else was good.
Yep.
all right, buddy, tell us about your kayak and your methods. And, obviously you've already said you caught like 80 the day you were out on the water on your kayak. But, tell us, I mean, Greg and John and I, we've seen you in action up at Erie. Well, maybe not John, but that one year when you had about 5 boats following you around was just hilarious. But 3 years ago. But, yeah, tell us about your method and how you go about it.
Well, I fish out of a Hobie PA-14. I've been in it for probably several years or longer. Most of my fish came off a drop shot. If not a drop shot, I only 50 raw. Had more on the boat. I prefer the drop. Out there where I'm fishing, no grass, no weed lines, bottom. It's a little bit deeper. You gotta look for a different color change in the bottom. Kind of looks like an aqua color. Them are the best. A lot of people struggle with that. Subtle change in the bottom. Notice.
So what you're saying is that out there that 5 to 7 foot deep range of water, you were looking at clear bottoms and you were watching for a small change in color. It was more go from a green to an aqua.
Yes, you'll never. I mean, you don't see the fish, but you just see a change in the bottom. Like I said, there's no grass out there. I mean, you may find a little patch here and there, but absolutely no grass line. And
right.
You'll see it kind of looks like an aqua color, and them are fresh. The roots are darker. They've probably been for a while.
That's where that live scope comes in handy.
Yeah. And I didn't even take my 360 out this year because knowing the water and how the fish work, I just figured I'd wing it. But I think, plus, I'll be honest with you, I didn't want to lug that extra weight across that sandbar. My goodness. Yeah, it is. And, it's not like Gillespie with his little fat tires on his little Temu cart that watched me and Greg. He was just sliding across the sand like it was concrete.
But he's got a cart like mine.
I did. I mean, that's dope in big tires.
Yeah.
It does make it easier, but it's still hard. It's still work.
Oh, absolutely.
Y'all saw where Mike Reinhold said hello. He's our contact for up to Susquehanna. He's going to be we're going to be seeing him in August. John and Greg, buddy, if you're free.
When are y'all going up in August?
Wait. As soon as Mike lets me know when he's got a tournament he's got to run in August, and we're going to try to either do it before or after that, so he doesn't have to have us up there, and plus him running his tournament. But when I get that information, I'll let you guys know.
Yeah, I will be up there. So, we'll be up there August fishing the Bassmaster Kayak Series tournament. That's what I was asking.
Sounds good. Well, we'll let you know. Maybe you can make a trip up and hang out with us a day or two.
I might already be up there. So.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can just, after your tournament, you can cruise over and fish for fun. So.
Has Greg, you been up there?
I have not been up there. We were going to go a couple years ago. One of those hurricanes blew through, so we did not. Well, we ended up canceling our trip, and then it didn't rain a bit. So it's on my list. I just haven't made it up there.
I've never been there either.
You both will be hooked on it.
Yeah. It's like the new River Point 3.0, you know.
Oh yeah, we got to go down New River too.
And we're going to make that trip too. We talked about that one as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Greg's never been down on the Virginia side, buddy. And we're going to take him down Shanklin's Ferry and West Virginia Falls.
They both said something about sending me over a waterfall or something. I'm not sure.
We'll take you over a couple.
Yep. You can do like Gillespie did and jump out of your boat and grab the back of it and just go down the chute.
Ride it down.
So, yeah. So, buddy, was your little pink TRD being in action this time?
Absolutely. Yeah.
I think
he was wanting more of them. Hear me? He loved it. That's what I use, on the head, but on the drop shot I use like little color.
I caught a bunch of smallmouth on pink TRD up there.
Yeah. I mean, when you throw it in a bed, it's just so easy to see, and once they pick it up to move, you react, you set the hook, and I mean.
I use a Bass Pro floating worm, and I'll cut off enough for a Ned rig and put that on there. That's what I use.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Well, I watched Brian Kennedy. He was up there with us, and he was throwing a green TRD, the hot snake that me and Gillespie like to throw when we go to Del Holla. And I threw it a couple times, didn't have any luck. I was throwing the mud bug a little bit, and then I threw a crawl, and man, I was getting banged on the crawl, but I kept 3 of my poles rigged up so I could change the presentation so they wouldn't see the same thing. And the pinky, as Brandy would say, the stinky pinky. Yeah. We it got pounded quite a bit there toward the end of the week.
They end up, I caught a lot on the perch color, but I've seen a lot of perch this year raiding the beds.
Yeah, I caught 2. Greg, did you catch any?
I didn't catch any. No.
Yeah.
How about you, John?
I caught a couple. Heck, I caught most of my fish on a Ozark Trail sinking.
Oh yeah.
It was just a cheap worm. I won in a contest, and I had a bag of them, and I started throwing them in that grass, and largemouth eat them up. I used the whole bag.
It was weird looking too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's called a sinker worm. It's Ozark Trail. Could have been $2 a whole bag. But I bet I caught 30 or 40 largemouth on that bag of worms.
Well, this definitely was an epic trip. I mean, goodness, I bought Insta Air 4 for this trip. I'd been using my Air 3 for the last 2 or 3 years, and I wanted to go with the 4K video. And I had some problems learning how to use it because the buttons configuration is a little different. I recorded myself out there about 3 different times with like 35 minutes of recording. And so I missed a couple of fish because I thought I'd turn it off and turn it on. But I had 77 recordings.
Wow.
Of fish catches for that trip. So
I might have to go twice next year.
Yeah.
If it's like that. Yeah.
I've been up there before. If you catch it right, it's hard to leave.
Yeah.
It really is. I wish I could say more. It was right.
So it looks like for our trip to Susquehanna, guys, anything after the 8th. So Greg, check your schedule. I know Gillespie, if all goes well with him, he won't have a schedule after that. And
Yep.
then, Buddy, um, the Bassmasters the first week, so you may want to look at making another trip a couple weeks after that if it's good. So, but yeah,
I've never. Every time I've been, it's been. I like it just as much as Erie.
well, it's a little different fishing than Erie, and
You can power.
yeah,
I mean, just power fish.
that's one of those places. That's one of those places you definitely want to have some jackhammers rigged up.
You better throw
And-
a jack all day.
Yeah,
Well, that's good to know.
because I'll thank Jody Queen for that. That 2 years ago when I went up, I was throwing a Ned rig and I was catching fish, but just not a lot of fish. And I said, buddy, I'm catching fish, but I haven't caught anything on that jackhammer. And he's like, well, you got to throw it. And like John was talking earlier, you always want to throw the bait that you have confidence in. You know, you don't want to throw something that so I forced myself to keep my spinning rods down and keep my bait caster in my hand, throwing that. And finally, I got into some fish, and I caught a couple 17, 18-inch smallmouth there. You know, and they're like the Erie fish guys. They don't just come in like a red eye belly up. They jump and they fight, and so it was fun.
If you can catch the top water action too, I mean,
That's what I'm looking for.
it really
That's my favorite.
Mine too.
Yeah. Well,
are tied on no matter what.
so what would you throw, buddy? Are you gonna throw a spitter bait? Excuse me. Or are you gonna throw a plopper, or what are you throwing?
I'll definitely throw a jackhammer more than anything. But besides that, probably a 110 plopper or a big wake bait like a Rapp or a speed wake. Fly.
Well, we're looking forward to it, guys. It was a fun time going to Lake Erie, and I'm looking forward to next year. Any final thoughts, Greg?
Just ready to root for the Mountaineers this weekend. Let's go Mountaineers.
Yeah, definitely.
Are you going to go to it?
Yeah, we're leaving Thursday. We're going to drive. Flights were too expensive, so 13 and a half
What's-
hours to be there.
Is it 10.5? That's what I was going to say. You can drive that straight through, huh?
Well, 13 and a half from where I'm at.
Oh, okay.
Or you should go back.
But,
That shouldn't be too bad. Just break it up into couple.
again, so
Yeah. No doubt. But I don't believe that. I believe their program is solid. If we may have to spend some money to keep Steve Sabins happy.
that's for sure.
I think what they need to do is they need to get the construction crew out and work on Randy's Ridge and make some flatten that out in a couple spots, tier it, and put some big stadium seats in there or something.
I think you'll see that come, and I think you'll see seats all the way down each baseline too.
Yeah.
They made a little money this year, and especially going to Omaha, there should be some more money come in.
Hopefully. John, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking I can't wait for the next trip. Anywhere. I'm ready to fish.
Well, I tell you what, you and I have put some mileage on the trucks since March, haven't we?
Boy, we did. We've been all
We've
over.
been-
I'm ready to go some more.
Santee Cooper twice, Del Holla. Then you made a trip up to Summersville for a week, and then we went to Lake Erie. So
Yeah, I've been to Santee 3 times this year.
yeah, Santee was an awesome trip. Greg, you said you haven't been there yet?
No, I haven't been to Santee. My trip
Well,
this year, I've been to Miami to peacock bass fish and hunt iguanas. That was fun.
Yeah. We were talking about that. Love to get you to Santee, but that time frame. You're always in Florida.
I am. I'm usually in Florida that second, third week of March.
Well, we can go before or after. Take like a 3-4 day weekend. That's what we did. Took kayaks down there and had a blast.
I'm in for that.
Yeah. Maybe we go to anywhere into February or something. That's always a good time too.
Yeah.
That sounds like it's going to be cold.
Sometimes it is, sometimes not. But you know,
Look at it this way.
Fish, you can warm up.
There you go.
Look at it this way, Greg. In February, the gators are a little bit very docile and trying to stay buried in the mud. Yeah.
But you can go all the way up into April. We can go in April. I've caught some of my biggest fish the second week of April.
Yeah. Well, let's plan that one for next year too. I'm in.
Buddy, you're tournament traveling any this year? Or you just sort of slowing down a little bit on that?
Well, I slowed down last year after I had that rotator cuff surgery, but I have fished. I went to Caddo and fished the tournament on last year. Wanted to go see Cooper, but it was either that or we'll make it quick.
Huh. Okay.
One, the local, the West Virginia bass. So.
You won one of those, didn't you?
Yeah, I won Upper Mud.
The Mud Lake, yeah, of course. That's your home waters there.
A lot of stinky pinky caught down there. I went through two tournament. I ran just as hard as that kayak would go. I covered that lake twice.
Oh my!
Yeah.
Circling the banks.
Yep, twice. Put it on high and I hit a stump. About went over the front.
I hope you got that on video.
Coming out of that kayak, I pretty much landed up on the trolling motor.
That's awesome. All right, man. Well, guys, I appreciate you. Sorry this didn't turn out as well as it should have. We had audio difficulties, but we made the best of it. We got to talk about our trip. So I really appreciate you guys spending a half hour, 45 minutes with me. And let's plan our August trip as soon as we can, guys.
Sounds good to me.
All right. Y'all be blessed.
See you.
You too.
Y'all later.
Well, going to close up shop. Appreciate those three gentlemen coming online and talking about their trip. I really don't understand what's going on with StreamYard. I haven't used it much in the past couple months, but during our online tests, we didn't have any issues until I went live. So it must be something with bandwidth. Hopefully they get that resolved. But anyway, you guys, appreciate y'all hanging out with us tonight. Stay safe, and let's throw up a quick Rusty Hook tune here, and then we'll kick off.
Rolling out strong with the Rusty Hook crew. It's Big Daddy John Rapp bringing the truth to you. Kayak fishing warriors, we ride the waves. Tournament sales, repping the way that we play. Jackhammers pounding, testing our skill. Mad rig slaying, getting our thrill. Tackle tips sharper than the blades in the game. We're all in this together, always chasing that fame. Rusty Hook podcast, let's break the mold. Fishing straight talk, let the stories unfold. From the riverbanks to the ocean wide. In the world of the kayak, we take pride. We take pride.
Hey guys, always wear your PFD when you go out on the water. Let somebody know your starting point, ending point. That way, if something happens, they know where to look for you. If you got Live 360 on your cell phone, make sure you're sharing that with someone that can look for you and make sure you're safe. Be blessed. John Rapp out.
Thank you for tuning in to the Paddle and Fin Podcast Network. We hope you enjoyed the show. Don't forget, for future shows, like, follow, share, and hit that subscribe button. Make sure you check out our individual channels and accounts too. Want to be a guest on one of our shows and talk about adventures, gear, or products? Contact us. Thank you for watching the Chasing the Tide with Dustin Nichols, The Rusty Hook with John Rapp, The River Run with Adam Fraser-Cross, The Real Backwaters with Daniel Woodcock, Chasing the 20s with Carlisle Esterly and Sean Lavery. Thanks for tuning into the Paddle and Fin Network. Subscribe and always wear your PFD.